Madam Speaker, I am proud to yield 1 minute to the Speaker, Speaker Pelosi from California.
The distinguished speaker is recognized for 1 minute.
This is up quite high here. Who was here? Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I thank the gentleman for yielding. I commend him for his great patriotism, for the equanimity that he brings to all that he does with great wisdom and judgment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for yielding. Mr. Chairman, just over a week ago, when our nation observed the anniversary of the adoption of our Constitution, on that very day, news broke of grave allegations which were a threat to our Constitution. On that day, the Intelligence Community Inspector General formally notified the Congress that the administration was forbidding him from turning over a whistleblower complaint that he found to be of urgent concern and credible. The administration's refusal to turn over the full complaint is a violation of the law, which is unequivocal, stating that the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, shall provide Congress with the full complaint. I repeat that the obligation is mandatory. Shortly thereafter, the American people learned of a phone call from the White House calling upon a foreign power to intervene in the upcoming election. Today's release of the notes of the call by the White House confirms this behavior, which undermines the integrity of our election, the dignity of any presidency, and our national security. Let us repeat the facts. The Intelligence Community Inspector General, who was appointed by President Trump, determined that the complaint was of both urgent concern and credible. And its disclosure, quote, relates to the most significant, important duties of the Director of National Intelligence, responsibilities to the American people. I want to talk a moment, Mr. Chairman, if I may, about whistleblowers. First, let me say an asset the intelligence community is to the security of our country. We talk about our men and women in uniform, and we praise them. We could never thank them enough. Our intelligence community personnel are a significant part of the national security of our country. Whistleblowers in any part of the government are important, but whistleblowers, let me define, can be defined as an act of reporting waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption in a lawful manner to those who can correct the wrongdoing. The intelligence community has publicly recognized the importance of whistleblowing and supports protections for whistleblowers who conform to guidelines to protect classified information. This is a very important balance, and when laws were written, and I was there for it as member of the committee and as ranking member, Gang of Four, before I even became part of the leadership, I saw the evolution of these laws and then the improvements on them with further protection for whistleblowers. We're also there for the creation of the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and the relationship between the two. And it's a careful balance of protecting whistleblowers, but also protecting our national security and our intelligence. So in any event, one of the bills we wrote was the Intelligence Community Whistleblower Protection Act. The law plays a vital role in our democracy. It enables our system of separation of powers to maintain the rule of law by making sure that the abuses of unlawful actions are known, first through the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community, and then the Congressional Intelligence Committees, House and Senate, which can act upon it. The statute does not permit the DNA to second-guess the Inspector General's determination of any complaint he finds to be credible. At no point in the history of this law has a DNI ever refused to turn over a whistleblower's complaint that has been found by the IG as credible. Refusing to do this is a violation of the law. Our national security depends on this framework. This vote today is about more than just any one president. This resolution is about the preservation of our American system of government. Once we pass this resolution, and I acknowledge that we are joining the Senate, which passed it without objection yesterday, unanimously. Once we pass this resolution, the DNI will be faced with the choice to honor his responsibility to help preserve our republic or to break the law. This resolution passed by unanimous consent, I repeat, in the Senate. Every member, Democratic and Republican, should join us in passing this in the House. While we await the release of the full complaint, we reiterate our call for the release of the full transcript of the call between President Trump and the Ukrainian president, and reiterate our call to protect whistleblowers from retaliation. I urge a bipartisan vote to defend our national security and to protect our democracy, and yield back the balance of my time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.